Hello friends, we are going to continue with redemption of debentures, right? And we were discussing about redemption by conversion of debentures, right? Conversion of debentures. What we discussed, that these debentures can be fully convertible or partly convertible, right? So debentures can be fully convertible and partly convertible. These can be converted into, if they are convertible, right? These can be converted into shares or debentures, right? Then shares, talking of shares and debentures, this can be at par or at premium, right? Then debentures alone can be issued at discount also. Clear? So this is what we discussed related to redemption of debentures by conversion of debentures either into shares or debentures, right? Then this conversion can be either at par or at premium, and additionally the debentures can be issued at discount. Now in this lecture what we are going to do is we are going to do some practical problems. Okay, so let's see the first one. On 1st April 2012, X Limited issued 2010% debentures of 100 each at par, repayable at 5% premium. That is, the debentures are redeemable at a premium of 5%, right? These terms are decided at the time of issue only, okay? As per the terms of issue, debenture holders had an option to convert their holding into equity shares of 10 each at any time after 4 years. So, debenture holders have an option that they can convert their debentures into equity shares, and the face value of equity share is rupees 10, right? On 31st of March 2016, a holder of 400 debentures exercised the option. Exercise the option means he converted his debentures into equity shares. Clear? Then interest on debentures for full 1 year had accrued and was unpaid until 31st March 2016. Interest for the past 3 years has been paid. Pass journal entries for issue of debentures and their conversion. So first we have to pass entries for issue of debentures. He says 2010% debentures of 100 each issued, which are redeemable at a premium of 5%. Let's see. First will be bank account debit to debenture application account, 2000 10% debentures of 100 each. So how much money? 2 lakh. Now it is redeemable at a premium of 5%. Will you pass any entry at the time of issue of debentures related to this? Recall issue of debentures. There we did one topic where we discussed the various cases of redemption. At that time I told you that why we are doing redemption at the time of issue, because the terms of redemption are set at the time of issue. There I discussed the prudence concept also, that anticipate and provide for all the losses but do not anticipate profits. So what will be the journal entry? Debenture application account debit, right? 2 lakh. Now you have taken 2 lakh rupees, but you have to pay at the time of redemption 2 lakh 10,000 rupees. You have to pay 2 lakh 10,000. Why? Because there is a 5% premium that you will be paying at the time of redemption. So that is a loss on redemption. How much is the loss? 5%. So loss will be debited 10,000, 5% of 2 lakh. Now to 10% debentures account, there will be a nominal value, that is 2 lakh rupees, and which account will be credited against this account? To premium on redemption account. How much? 10,000. Clear? Entries related to issue are clear. If you are not clear with this loss on redemption, you must go through the videos of issue of debentures. There we have discussed this topic extensively. Right? You are taking 2 lakh rupees, you have to pay 2 lakh 10,000 rupees on redemption. So 10,000 is your loss on redemption. You have to pay more than what you have taken. Right? And what will be credited? Premium on redemption. Clear? Now, these entries are on 1st of April 2012. Clear? Now, after 4 years, that is 31st of March 2016, he says, first the interest on debentures for full 1 year had accrued and was unpaid until 31st of March 2016. So we have to pass entry for that. What will be the entry? Debenture interest account debit to debenture interest outstanding account. Right? Sorry, we have the amount. Now, what will be the amount? On 2 lakh rupees for 1 year, 10%. So 20,000 is the debenture interest that is still outstanding as on 31st of March 2016. Clear? Now, he says after 4 years, that is on 31st of March 2016, one debenture holder who was holding 400 debentures. See, on 31st March, a holder of 400 debentures exercised the option, that is, he converted his debentures into share capital. Right? So first entry will be the amount due to the debenture holder. For that we'll say 10% debentures account debit. How much? 400 into 100, 40,000. There is a premium on redemption. Premium on redemption account debit. This is also the amount that we have to pay. That is 5% of 40,000. Right? How much? 2,000. And to debenture holder. How much? 42,000. Now, what is the entry when this debenture holder will be given the shares? Debenture holder account debit to equity share capital account. How much? 42,000. Now, can you tell me the number of shares that are being issued to this holder? Number of shares that have been issued to this debenture holder. What is the total amount payable to the debenture holder? 42,000. What is the face value of equity share? Face value is rupees 10. So that means he has been issued 4,200 shares of rupees 10 each. Through these issue of 4,200 shares of 10 each, the debenture holder account is settled with 42,000. So this part is important here to calculate number of shares that are being issued. Right? So whenever you are getting this type of question where you have the redemption by conversion always calculate the number of shares that are being issued or the number of new debentures that are being issued. How you will calculate this? This is the total amount payable. Total amount, what is payable, divided by face value of share or new debenture. Clear? Divided by face value of the share or new debenture. Clear? This much is clear, friends. First, the entry for issue, then the debenture interest that is outstanding as on 31st of March 2016. Then on this date, a debenture holder holding 400 debentures, he exercised the option. Exercise the option means he converted his debentures into what? Shares. Clear? So he converted his debentures into shares. Right? Now, let's see another problem. Pass necessary journal entries in the books of the company in the following cases for redemption of 1000 12% debentures of 10 each issued at par. Debentures redeemed at par by conversion into 12% preference shares of rupees 100 each. Very simple. Let's do it. First entry is 12% debentures, account debit, right, to debenture holders account. How much amount? 1000 debentures of 10 each. So 1000 debentures of 10 each. This comes to 10,000 rupees. Okay. Now you have converted these debentures into 12% preference shares of 100 each. This is conversion into shares at par. So what you will say? Debenture holders account debit to 12% preference shares. This is 10,000. Now can you tell me the number of preference shares issued? Number of preference shares issued. What is the total amount payable? 10,000 divided by face value of the new shares or the new debentures issued. What is the face value of the new preference shares? 100 rupees. Clear? So that means 100 preference shares of rupees 100 each have been issued to settle the debenture holders account, that is to convert the debentures into preference shares. So this calculation you have to show as a working note, this calculation of number of preference shares that have been issued. Clear? So this was the first part. Let's see the second part. Debentures redeemed at a premium of 10%. First of all, the debentures are redeemable at a premium of 10%. What is the entry for this part? Just this much. Redeemable at 10% premium. So 12%. First of all, we have to see what is the total amount that is payable to that debenture holder. You have to pay 12% debentures, 10,000 rupees. You have to pay premium on redemption. This is also the amount that you have to pay to the debenture holder. How much? 10% of this, 1,000 rupees. So what is the amount, the total amount that is payable to the debenture holder? That is 11,000. Now read the next part. By conversion into equity shares issued at par. Now we are converting these debentures into equity shares. So we will say debenture holder account debit to equity share capital 11,000. Right? Now you have to show as a working note the number of equity shares that have been issued. What is the total amount payable? 11,000. What is the face value of equity shares that have been issued? It is not given. Then you will assume the face value to be rupees 10. I assume to be. You can assume it as rupees 100 also. So I say 1100 equity shares have been issued to settle the account of a debenture holder. His debentures are converted into shares. Right? Write down the note here. In the absence of information, right, face value of shares has been considered to be rupees 10, right? So you must give this note in the exams also. Okay? Is this part clear? Right? Now, the third and the final part. Debentures redeemed at a premium of 10%. Okay? First, this much entry. So, I'll say 12% debentures account debit with the nominal value, always the nominal value, then premium on redemption account debit. What is the premium? 10%. And what is the total amount that is payable to the debenture holder? 11,000. Now, read the next part. By conversion into equity shares issued at a premium of 25%. Now, the new equity shares that are being issued, they are issued at a premium of 25%. Here also, we are not given the face value. So, we will assume the face value of equity shares to be 10 rupees. Clear? So, you will say debenture holder account debit, right, to equity share capital account and to securities premium reserve account, right? Now you have to pay this debenture holder 11,000 and the securities premium. For that, you will first need to find out the number of equity shares that have been issued. Only then you can bifurcate the premium and the capital amount. Here you can't say in this 11,000 what is the equity share capital and what is premium. How you will know that? You don't know that, right? So, number of equity shares issued. What is the total amount that is payable? 11,000. Now, what is the face value? Face value is 10 plus the premium of 25%. How much it is? 11,000 divided by 12.5. Right? Is this clear, friends? So how many equity shares? 880 equity shares. Now you can find out 880 multiplied by 10. 8,800 is the capital and 880 multiplied by 2.5. That is, you have to pay 11,000. Out of this, 8,800 is the capital part, right? And the remaining part is 2,200. This is the securities premium. That is, now this is why it is important to calculate the number of shares or the new debentures being issued, so that you are able to bifurcate the amount of capital and the amount of premium in that. You have to pay 11,000 to the debenture holder. Now in that 11,000 there are two components. One is the capital component and the other is the premium component. Now how will you bifurcate that? Right? So for that you need to find out the number of equity shares that are being issued. How you will find out the total amount that is payable divided by face value, and if there is any premium you will add that premium also. Clear? Face value plus the premium. So that is how you will find out the number of shares that you need to find out. Right? Write down this formula, that how you will find out number of new shares or debentures to be issued. This is total amount that is payable, total amount payable divided by face value plus premium. Clear? So this is how you will find out the number of shares or the new debentures that are being issued against the old debentures. Clear, friends? So these are the few practical problems on redemption of debentures by conversion. Clear? Right? So if you have any problem, friends, just write me an email at ksjteaching@gmail.com. Clear? And in the next lecture, we'll wind up this chapter with the very small topics on conversion only. Conversion of debentures. We'll wind up this chapter with two very small topics. Nothing I will say important it is, but not too big topics. Very small topics. Right? Very basic concepts related to what we have studied so far. Not too big concepts. Okay? So we'll wind up this chapter, and with this we will complete our company accounting in the next lecture. Right? So that's all for this lecture, friends. Thank you so much.